Hey there folks, John here with Through My Lens, and today I'm coming to you with another photography and travel related video. Today I'm going to be reviewing this, the Ulanzi Traker Tech Pouch Mini, but I'm also going to be talking about tech pouches in general and how sometimes they can be a great thing and, well, sometimes they can suck. So let's go ahead and go top down for a discussion of the Ulanzi Traker Tech Pouch Mini. Now, this is a fantastic tech pouch for when they are, applicable. When they in those situations when they are useful, and you really do have to think about, your overall travel loadout to think whether or not this would be a good idea for you. This is not my first tech pouch. The first one I've ever received was this one. It's you mostly find this one on Amazon. It's a Tripped is apparently the brand name, but they're all pretty much the same in terms of how they're laid out. This one was $40, and why I'm recommending the Ulanzi over it is that it was on sale, which Ulanzi runs a lot of sales on their website. This one is normally like $35, so the normal retail price is a little bit less than the one I just showed you. But after the 30% off discount, I got it for about $25. And you're not going to do better than that when you talk about the materials, and the quality that Ulanzi brings to the table. All of these things are pretty much made in China. I think they're coming out of the same handful of factories because they all look so similar on the inside. It's really interesting. Again, I think there's a very small number of places that actually make these in China. But let me go ahead and pop this open. Again, on the outside, this is their typical kind of feels like leather, kind of feels like rubber, but it's very durable. I previously recommended as a photography backpack the Ulanzi BP09, same material. Again, extremely durable. It's going to be water resistant. Looks great. You've got a couple of little tiny loops here if you wanted to put a strap on it and carry it that way. There's also a handle on here that you can use for carry. So really good in that regard. Double zipper, very quality zippers. I'll open this up and kind of show you how I've got mine equipped, or loaded out rather. On this side of the tech pouch, I've got this memory card pouch. Now you might be wondering why I have my memory cards in its own container and not in some of the sleeves here on the Ulanzi unit here, and that's because I typically like to bring this with me when I shoot. Normally I'm going to throw this in a pocket or in a jacket pocket, so I've got all the various memory cards that I need. I got this one from obviously ProGrade Digital. There are many like it. It's just a little memory card wallet that I have a couple of backup CF Express cards and a bunch of SD and mini SD cards and accessories. So that works well for me. But here you can see I've got some USB cables here, USB Type-C. I've got this Anchor plug power supply. I can actually run my MacBook Pro off of this. It's powerful enough, but I mostly use it for when I need these plugs, and I only have one of these plugs. So very handy unit to travel with, particularly if you're on an airplane. This can come in very handy. This is just a spare Ulanzi F38 quick release plate. Sometimes I might want to hook up, say, my DJI Pocket 3 or even my Fuji X100 VI. I might want to be able to tripod mount those, and I typically don't keep one of these plates on those full time, so I keep a spare in case I need it, because all of my photography gear and accessories are compatible with this particular mounting plate. So there is that side of things. Here you can see a couple more USB cables. Here you can see I've got a spare CF Express Type B card reader and the USB-C cable for that. Got another, this is I believe a Thunderbolt 5 compatible cable, USB-C cable for when I want to do high-speed transfers. In the middle here, I've got my Anker cell phone battery here for my iPhone. I've done a review on this. I'll link to a lot of this stuff in the description box of this video. But that's a spare battery that can keep my iPhone going. Really like that. And then here on this side, I really just have camera batteries. These are Canon batteries. They fit in here nicely. I can fit 3 of them in here. I could fit more, really. And I'm not even using this zipper pouch here. So lots and lots of room for stuff. I've got a couple over on here. I've got a couple extra. I've got a Fuji battery here for my X100 6, and then I've got a spare battery for my Canon G7X. Again, room to spare here. So lots of room, works really well. The only other thing I've got in here on the zipper pouch here on the front of the unit is I've got a microfiber cloth for cleaning my glasses or for cleaning camera lenses, and I do have this handy little device here that's got a flathead on one side and an Allen key on the other, and I use this to make sure my quick release plates are tightened down. Sometimes they do come loose, and I have dropped a camera before, unfortunately, as a result of that. So I always make sure I carry one of those. So again, this is such a great pack. I can fit so much in this. But this isn't always going to be the right solution for me. So when would I use this? Well, I would use this whenever, for sure, I'm traveling somewhere by car. Because weight is not going to be a consideration for me. This guy is pretty heavy. So if weight isn't a consideration, maybe I'm using a larger suitcase, or I don't even need to put this in a suitcase. I can just put it in the back of the vehicle by itself. Perfect application there. If I were taking a trip where I had room in my suitcase to put this, I could put this. But honestly, I am probably not going to be using a tech pouch like this when I fly. And the reason being is when I fly with my photography gear, typically I'm using a carry-on suitcase and I'm using a carry-on backpack, photography backpack. And I probably am not going to have room in either one for this because it's really thick and chunky. It's not going to fit in like a side pouch for my backpack or like in the front pocket of my suitcase. It's just too thick and chunky to do that. So it's really not going to be a good solution for that. Let me go ahead and show you what I would use instead of using something like this if I were flying and space and weight were a strong consideration. Okay, so basically what you're seeing now is everything that was in the Ulanzi Traker Tech Pouch Mini, but it's more spread out. It's less concentrated, and it's basically designed to be able to fit more minimalist packing needs when every ounce of weight and every square inch is precious. I used this configuration when I traveled to Europe this year. I went to Germany, Paris and I went to London. I also used pretty much the same configuration when I went to the Build Expo in New York City. So we still have this guy. And again, having it just the wallet by itself means that I can either stick it on my pocket when I'm flying. I can put it easily in a front pocket of a either my carry-on suitcase or my backpack. This will fit pretty much anywhere. So that's no problem at all. Pretty much all my charging cables are now in this guy. And this is something I got when I flew on Delta Airlines one time. In one of their more premium sections, they gave out these. I think it was for like toiletries. But it's just a very simple zipper pouch. And inside I have all those charging cables. I have my CF Express Type B portable card reader. And I have that Ulanzi F38 quick release plate in here. So this is typically going to be in my backpack and pretty easily accessible because typically I'm going to need to be able to get to these charging cables while I'm flying, either when I go to a lounge or maybe even when I'm on the plane. So I need to be able to get to this. That's another problem with this. The only way I can bring this is really to put this in my suitcase. And if I put this in my suitcase, then it's not going to be very accessible to me. I hate getting in the actual center part of my suitcase to get stuff like this out. This is far more accessible. Here is that power brick that I showed you, the Anchor power brick. I can throw this pretty easily into my backpack in just a spare corner. This is the iPhone charging Anchor charging battery that I can put in my pocket pretty easily. And this is a neat little thing that I got with my Ulanzi BP9 backpack. It's like a miniature version of the backpack, but I found that it works just swimmingly well for me to put camera batteries in here. So I've got the spare battery for my G7X here. I've got a spare X106 battery, and I've got 2 spare Canon batteries. A little more minimalist. I'm really just down 1 Canon battery here, but I'm able to fit all those other batteries in here. They don't scratch each other. They don't scratch anything else. So this setup works extremely well for me, and I'm really pleased with it. So again, just something to think about. You know, the second setup that I showed you was kind of more pieced together of just random things I had around the house. I didn't have to spend a lot of money on a separate tech pouch. You know, if you are going on a trip where you are going to have the capacity to be able to use you know, something like the Ulanzi Tracker Tech Pouch Mini, highly recommend it. It's a great product. But just be aware, it adds some weight, and it more importantly, it adds a lot of bulk. It's just with everything consolidated into a unit like this, it's a little bit harder to fit in your carry-on stuff. Well, there you have it. There's my thoughts on not only the Ulanzi Tracker Tech Pouch Mini, but tech pouches for travel in general. Hope you enjoyed this video. Take care. God bless. We'll see you in the next one.
I hope you've enjoyed this production from the Through My Lens YouTube channel. If you did, please click on the like button and do share the video on social media. If you'd like to see more content like it, please do subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and do check out Through My Lens at www.throughmylens.org.